Hello, my beautiful Earth tribe. Welcome back to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee, and before I get into the reading, I wanted to acknowledge my being MIA for the last new moon reading. Spirit has me focusing more on the 3D at the moment in order to close out a cycle with karmic relationships and to sell my house. So I haven't shared much about myself personally on my channel, and I felt like when the time was right, I would open up a bit about it. Right now, I feel comfortable saying that a seed was planted for this channel a couple years before I ever posted a video. It was born at the beginning of my liberation process and what I would probably call my third awakening. I have felt a strong desire to connect with others on a path of personal healing and spiritual growth, but also to break free from those who have experienced my light and tried to diminish it out of their own insecurities. I'm finally aligning with my rising sign in Leo and following my North Node in Capricorn. Also, I feel okay sharing that the wisdom I do bring to my readings and other videos comes from lifelong experiences with and recovery from narcissistic abuse and codependency, as well as other things, like my degree in sociology. I've trained as a midwife. I've done a lot of shadow work. I do dream work. I've had a near-death experience and a connection to the spirit realm since I was a child. So I'm here not only to make my contribution to humanity, but also to shine my light. This channel is just the beginning of my new journey, and after a month away, I'm coming back to it, wanting to express my deepest gratitude for all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. And due to the subscriber increase, I also now have access to a community page which will allow me to communicate with you all easier about my schedule or any housekeeping or things that may not require a video. Many of you found your way to my channel via the mediumship reading I posted some time ago. I just wanted to say that I will be doing another mediumship reading in honor of you, my new subscribers, very soon, so please stay tuned. Okay, so about this lunar cycle reading. Remember, this is a timeless collective reading, and this time it will be for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. You may have noticed that the eclipse energy has been building for some time now. People's emotions are at the surface collectively. There's a lot of purging and finality to situations which may have ended some time ago but just needed a final kick in the ass to transform with this Scorpio season that we're in. But luckily, we also have Taurus energy here to help us stay grounded and focused on our self-love. For those of you struggling with your death moments, remember endings are new beginnings in disguise. So allowing the death process, an organic process, creates the nutrients we need for our future. At this time, just notice and allow any emotions to release. Emotions are messages which tell us a lot about ourselves and provide opportunities to grow and to course correct. So there is a greater purpose, and our rebirth allows us to show up for ourselves and for others from a place of strength and clarity and wisdom. Also, this will be the last lunar eclipse until 2025, so if you have clear skies tonight, I highly suggest stepping outside to draw down some of our beautiful full moon and eclipse energy. Full moons are definitely a great time for release, but you can set new intentions as well. Tonight would be a great night for ritual or spell work. You could write down what you need to release or wish to manifest and give that energy to the universe by burning the paper. You could harvest herbs under the moonlight for cooking, charge manifestation water, or collect rainwater during the length of the eclipse. There's many ways to celebrate and honor this time, so get creative, and the more personal it is to you, the more powerful, of course, your magic will be. Okay, remember that although this moon is in the sign of Taurus, you don't need to have Taurus anywhere in your chart for this reading to apply. This reading is for all astrological signs collectively. If you'd like to continue following the energies of the moon, please join me here every new and full moons for a collective reading. You can also view my playlist of lunar cycle readings whenever you wish, as they are all timeless. So what do we have to look forward to for this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus? What energy is it bringing to the collective? That is the reading for today. Up next, there is a meditative shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can watch them both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, November 8th, 2022. This is a timeless collective reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so collective, I love when the message is just obvious and concise. So this has to do with your purpose. This may be an idea that spirit has sparked within you. With back of the deck energy, Ace of Wands. Certainly it is something that you are manifesting, but whatever this purpose of yours is, it serves the purpose of manifesting into your physical reality, as well as providing a modality for healing of yourself and likely for others for some of you. Collective, you are working on something that requires skill. And that could be anything, because everyone has a different purpose, different skill sets, and different ideas for their life. But what I'm seeing here is that this is your divine path. Here it says knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. I feel like this card just speaks to the magician. You know, when we are calling down from the ethers what we want to bring into our physical reality, we are functioning in that manifestation using all the tools we have, as well as co-creating, right? We're talking about being in connection with our ancestors. Here it says, Star Family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. So I think for some of you, this message is about understanding that when you are walking your path of purpose, creating things in the physical reality, and basically being really attached to the 3D, it can sometimes feel alienating when you're not so much in your higher chakras, okay? We can feel a sort of detachment from our connection to Source. And so this is a reminder that you are not doing this alone, that you have support behind you when you are feeling the weight of what it is that you're working on, that physical reality weight. This leads me over here to these cards, change and darkness. These are kind of like intense, dark cards. I'm getting more of a positive sort of tower moment with this change card rather than it looking sort of chaotic and negative. I'm feeling more that it's aligned with the magician energy, with that tipping point of your mastery or your physical manifestation. So I feel like whatever you're working on, it's coming through, and it's coming through fast. There's going to be a significant change, just like the bolt of lightning here. So with this full moon lunar eclipse energy, I'm feeling like this eclipse portal is going to bring night and day change for you. And also, it has the number 35, which reduces to an 8, also indicating work life, manifestation, money goals. Okay, this card, darkness. For some of you, this could be you coming out of a dark night of the soul. You've been perhaps up and down with your energy, going from, connecting more so with your 3D life, but then also taking trips in higher vibrations through dream work or meditation, or even just having a more uplifted frame of mind, perhaps a shift in perspective, an uplifted attitude, things like this, which can raise your vibration and keep you at a higher frequency during your day-to-day. The darkness here, for me, is reminding you that you are not alone, and if you need to access your ancestors, your team of support, your gods, guides, angels, or ancestors, to go within. Darkness isn't a bad thing. It's just a place of peace and quiet, and a place where you can go to access that inner knowledge, that higher knowledge. And they are indicating here to do that, okay? Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So do reach out. They're asking you to, and the way that it works is that this is a reality of free will, so they can't really help you until you ask. So be clear about what you want, and that is, what you're doing with the Magician card here. I love how on this side we've got the Magician and then this visual of cosmic creativity. And so it's just really powerful over here with manifestation, using all of your skills, all of your talents, all of the knowledge, and cultivating everything here in this lifetime. I just feel it's really powerful. It really speaks to how much energy you've been putting into whatever it is that you're doing. But also the change card with the lightning and this sort of explosive energy. I just really feel like anytime now there's going to be a flip where your manifestations are going to come in so suddenly you're just not even going to realize. It's just going to be a shock, okay? Literally, shock. Also over here, we have the Temperance card and this card called a Higher View. They both have, wings and sort of angelic type of feel. This to me just indicates further that you are supported. With the Higher View and Temperance cards, I feel like this is your guide speaking about blending those energies of the higher and lower frequencies. Not only are you following a path of purpose, but getting there where you can embody both higher and lower energies at the same time. That is a skill to be cultivated. So through my own experiences, what I've learned is that higher frequencies and lower frequencies, they cannot coexist in the same place. And so what I'm trying to say here is that the healing or the balance that comes through being able to embody both high and low energies at the same time, having those coexist in your body at the same time, it's not about having them both simultaneously. It's about embodying a sense of neutrality, a sense of stability in a way of your emotions, an evenness. So you're finding basically like a common ground. Okay, so for example, if you're so excited about what you're doing, and likely you are, because if it's your purpose, it's usually, it's usually some kind of exciting endeavor, some creativity, some passion of yours, something that, your something that Spirit has inspired within you. It's easy, if you're connected to what you're doing in that way, it's very easy to be in this kind of higher realm where you're very idealistic. You are imagining all the things you wish to do. You're thinking about all the creative ways you could accomplish it. You are perhaps talking about it with people and being really excited about it. And in general, connecting with your purpose in such a way that it allows you to think through your process, to, maintain motivation, to remind you why it's important to you, and to devise kind of even practical plans of how to get something done. But that higher vibration, that excitement for what you're doing, is not necessarily conducive to actually getting it done. So you need that lower vibration of that physical reality where it's like, here, it says, your dreams need a practical plan, okay? So with the Taurus, full moon in Taurus energy, and by the way, I love it when the Moonology cards actually present the card of the moon that we're in. So yeah, we're in the full moon in Taurus. But, with Taurus energy, we're talking about earthly matters. We're talking about being grounded, sensuality, being able to feel, taste, touch, smell, hear. These kinds of things where it's like you're not flighty and up in your head and imagining. You are down to earth. You are creating physically with your hands, or, doing something practically on the physical level to bring in your manifestation. Okay, so when people talk about low vibration, I'm wanting to say that low vibration isn't all bad. It's not always about negativity. It's also about physical matter. It's about mass. It's about, bringing things from non-physical to physical. And you do need that slower vibration to accomplish that. You kind of need to be in your body. You need to be doing the day-to-day grounded things. And so when we think about embodying both of those energies at the same time, it's more about embodying things in a more balanced state, in a state of awareness where you know that you can spend time being in the higher realms, imagining, thinking about how you want to do things, whatever it is that motivates you and keeps you in that higher state of vibration where you're working on it in a different way that isn't physical, as opposed to having that energy for a period of time, knowing and being aware that you're doing it, and then also allotting yourself time with your practical plan to work on it physically. So, it's just about awareness. It's about allowing for both of those energies to work together to accomplish what it is you're trying to manifest, to bring into your physical reality. Okay, with the Magician card, it is the number 1 card. Number 1s are all about taking a first step. They're talking about new beginnings, talking about that sort of almost like the light, right? On the first day there was light. Not to quote, the Bible, but I'm just saying, like, literally, it's a first step in something, in anything. And here we've got the card, be bold and make the first move. So for some of you, I don't think all of you, I think for most of you, you're already on this path of purpose. You're already working on it. But for some of you, maybe you haven't taken that first step yet. And that is the guidance here, to go ahead and take that first step. Have faith in yourself. You are supported by the higher realms, by your ancestors, by your team of souls. Okay, change is coming in for you. You are co-creating with the universe, whether you like it or not. So it's all about being aware of what you're co-creating, setting intentions for what you want to create, going within, making time for yourself to really identify what it is that you're trying to bring in for yourself. So be bold and make that first move. And remember that you're not doing it alone. Before I end the reading, I wanted to just sort of go over some of the back of the deck energies that I'm noticing. With the Moonology, we have show the world the real you. So this is indicating to me also that for some of you, you haven't taken that first step, likely because you may be holding back for some reason. You may fear having to show the world the real you for whatever reasons. You don't always want to show people your cards when you are trying to manifest things, and there may be people around you that don't have your best interest at heart. So, there's reasons to be selective about who you share your goals and your dreams with. But that being said, taking that first step, making that first move to follow your path of purpose. Also, okay, we have the back of the deck energy, healing the heart. And for me, that's validating here with the Temperance, the healing that some of you may have been going through during a dark night of the soul, or just doing some shadow work, whatever it is that's helping you to grow personally and or spiritually to accomplish what it is you're aiming for. Also, we have here Hyrith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. And whenever I see that card, here we have full moon in Aquarius. So I feel like, Aquarius energy, longing for home, homesick for the stars. This is all kind of like you being up in the ethers, not being grounded, okay? Having more of this floaty energy rather than a grounded energy. So maybe just being aware of that balance. Again, that is the message here that I was getting from these cards. And finally, we have this card of courage. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. All right, with fantastic change happening here, explosive creation, taking a first step, all right? There might be a lot of courage required, depending on what you're doing, if you're putting yourself out there in front of others, if you are, doing or speaking about things that are more idealistic, things that other people may have trouble buying into, whatever it is that you need courage for, really harness that. Spirit's reminding you, that you do have a spark, you do have a light, you do have this energy within you to have courage, to burn bright along your path. Okay, so as far as this full moon and lunar eclipse energy goes, I do feel like the lunar eclipse is opening this portal for you like a timeline shift. I can't ignore the lightning and the explosive creativity coming, at once, coming shockingly. And so if you're struggling to be courageous or to embrace the change, really just allow this scorpionic season that we're in to let your feelings out. Here with the Temperance card, right? We're talking about flow. Just embrace your emotions, let them release. They're just visitors. They teach us a lot about what we've been through, what we're processing, and what we're letting go of. It's cathartic, and it leads to greater awareness and wisdom. Our ability to manifest comes when we feel lighter in heart. And that's why it's so important to heal, to take advantage of this temperance energy, to, really connect with your heart, heal the heart chakra. This is really a natural process of healing and elevating and evolving. Okay, so collective, this feels to me very much like encouragement from your spiritual teams. So this is more about guidance, I feel, about how to make the journey easier for yourself. Okay, so that is your reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. If this resonated, I'd love to know in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my channel, and hit the bell for all notifications if you'd like to stay connected to my future readings. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, my information is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I used in this reading. May the power of this full moon and lunar eclipse bring about all that is in your heart, and may you all have a beautiful day from wherever in the world you're watching. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at my next reading.